do y'all want to make a Butterfinger pie with me today? I've never made this before, so this is new to me. It looks super delicious, and we're going to try to make it. Bo is a little fussy today, so I'm not sure how this is going to go, but we're going to try. So you could actually buy a pre-made chocolate pie crust, but I'm gonna make mine. I was at Aldi and they didn't have one in chocolate, so I'm just gonna make mine with Oreos. So I think I counted 11. I'm gonna do 11 and see how much that makes, but we have to crush them up. I'm just gonna crush them up a little bit. This honking thing, my mom literally found this at the dollar store the other day, so I'm gonna use it, I think. I actually have one that's smaller. I've never actually went and bought like a meat tenderizer before, but the one I have, it's old, and so I'll show you guys. See if I can find it. I collect like red handle stuff like this, and it's getting really loose, and I have actually used it before because it's all that I had, but I need to spread that in a little bit. But yeah, which this one's small, but she actually left this one the other day, so I decided to keep it, use it. Really, probably the best bet for this is if you had like a little processor, so you could get it like super fine, would be the best bet to make when you're gonna make like a graham cracker crust or a crust like this. Because you really do need it to kind of be real fine. It's getting there though. This cut board right here, I actually bought it very, very used at an antique store, and it is my favorite cutting board that I've ever had. I've had new ones, but this one is my favorite. Okay. I melted 2 tablespoons of butter, and I made a mess in my microwave. Okay. You're all right, buddy. You're just going to mix that together until it starts forming your crust together. You're okay, bud. Yep, you want a bite? You want a bite? Okay, here. Here, bite. I'm just going to use my hands because I feel like that's way easier anyways. But they do make like a pre-made chocolate crust. Hang on, buddy. Hang on. Okay, hang on, please. you are going to put together some cream cheese, a package of cream cheese at room temperature. And then we're going to do a half of cup of creamy peanut butter. No, this ain't hot, it's just peanut butter. Okay. And then we're gonna blend the peanut butter and the cream cheese together. One thing about my kitchen, it doesn't have enough outlets, so I have to move around a lot in it. Alright, that already smells really good together. It's gonna look like this. Okay, and then we are going to fold in a cup and a half of powdered sugar. But before that, we need to put 2 teaspoons of vanilla in there. I use the real vanilla. I don't ever measure it. I just do it with my heart because I feel like that's the best way to do it. So we're gonna put that in there. Kind of mix it around a little bit before we put our powdered sugar in there. All right, let's fold this in a little bit at a time. So I figure it's going to get pretty thick. Oops. My mom got me these wooden spoons for Christmas, and they have become my favorite ones. Peanut butter ball a little bit. You gotta be okay with making messes. Then I'm gonna start putting in my Cool Whip. Guys, I love Cool Whip. I could eat it out of the tub. My grandma, she has a bar in her house. She used to let me sit at the bar at night and just eat Cool Whip out of the bowl. And I loved it, and I still love it. More. I went and used my blender for a minute. Oh, my arm is going to give out on me for a second. Alright, so then once you have your mixture for your pie, it says to do 1 bag of the fun size Butterfingers, and I think that bag was like 12 ounces. I ended up just getting 3 of these little things right here of the fun size. The only problem is I ran myself out of bags to crush it up in. So I have a feeling that this is not a step that you have to do as far as inside the little bags. This is how I'm going to have to do it because I ran myself out of bags. But you got to crush this up. You're making a mess. Once you put your Butterfingers in to the mixture, you will save a few of them for the top when you're done. Like I said, this part I made it a little bit harder on myself because I don't have any bags left to crush it up in. But also, if you had like a food processor, you could do that too. It'd be a lot easier. I actually really like Butterfingers, and like I really like a Butterfinger Blast from Dairy Queen. But the darn things stick to my teeth. It's the only frustrating part. Okay, then you're gonna fold your Butterfingers in there. Okay, so you got those mixed up in there. Then you're just gonna pour this on your crust. Now this does have to chill in the fridge for 4 hours. Hang on, buddy. I'll get you down just a minute. This is like you gotta lick the bowl after this, I'm pretty sure. Whew. Oh, y'all, I made a mess. Alright, then we're just gonna put some on top here. So I just tasted a little bit of that filling from the bowl, and I tell you, it's gonna be really good. So I can't wait for it to set up and have a piece. Which you could do as much as you want on top, but here it is, and then it's gotta chill for at least 4 hours, you guys. So we will see y'all after a while. For supper tonight, I'm going to make one of the easiest meals that you can probably make. It's not anything that I necessarily come up with, and once you see it, I'm sure it's something that you've probably something close to what you made. My dad used to make something similar to this on like a fire with a big cast iron skillet, and I love it anyways. But this is a little bit of a different version. My husband made this for me when we were first together. So when my dad would make this, it was usually like during the summer. They used to have a cabin on the river, and so he would make it in a big skillet, cast iron skillet. He would do it. He would do fried potatoes, a sausage, and he would do like peppers and onions. When Cody made it for me, he made it with kielbasa and fried potatoes and green beans. And when I asked him, like, how did you come up with this? Because I hadn't had it that way before, but I love green beans, so I was intrigued. He said, well, he said, honestly, he said that's all I had left in his house at that time. So when he made it, it just stuck with him, and he liked it. And so when he made it for me, I ended up liking it. And I make it probably more during the summertime, but every once in a while I get to wanting to make it, so I will. When I fry my potatoes, I use bacon grease. I know it's not the healthiest thing, but it sure makes them taste good. So you can use whatever type of oil that you want to. But I like to use bacon grease. Let's get this started. I'm gonna put it on 200. Maybe one more spoonful.
Need a bigger box. I can't believe that me and him getting ate up by mosquitoes.
So once you get it good and coated with whatever you want to use to cook it in, I do very basic things. I just do salt, and then I do pepper. And if I wasn't going to use this Cavender's seasoning for this, I would put onion powder in here. But when we make this, we use the Cavender's. Alright, with the Cavender's, you'll see me at different times when I'm mixing everything together. I'll add more. If you don't like Cavender's, you can use any type of seasoning, I guess, that you want. They do make a low sodium one too. For my sausage, I like to use kielbasa, but you can use any type that you want to. And I try to do it in as like smaller pieces, not too thick. I don't really like them thick in there. And I always have to steal one. So before I put my kielbasa in with my potatoes, I like to brown it first. And I just put a little bit of oil in there.
Hello.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
9.8.
Alright, we're going to put that in there.
Okay, ready, set.
We're going to put a little bit more seasoning on top of that. I let my potatoes cook down quite a bit before I put the meat in there. I'm going to do 2 cans of green beans because you want them to cook down. Put some seasoning on top of those green beans. it'll be ready when all that, when the green beans look like they've cooked down some. Okay, you guys, we are finished. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna eat supper, and thanks for cooking with me. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.